Lane. Ahead of Monday's national title game, Alabama has a new offensive coordinator. Lane Kiffin, full control of Florida Atlantic now. Steve Sarkisian, who has been an analyst this season with the team, takes over the headset and the play calling duties for the Tide. Here's Nick Saban moments ago.
Well, the first two practices have, been pretty good for us. So I think the players have a good mindset. The energy level has been good. I think, preparation is so important. We had a shorter turnaround this year than what we had a year ago. Focus on execution. I think sometimes when you practice hard, it makes the game easier. Everybody's got to trust and believe in each other so that they can go out there and do their job and have confidence that we'll have success. I'm really proud of the team and the opportunity they created for themselves to be able to play in the national championship game this year. And we're playing against a really, really good Clemson team, a lot of skilled players, a lot of team speed, great quarterback. Deshaun Watson is, I think, maybe arguably the best college football player in the country. He's got a lot of experience. He's very productive as a passer. He's athletic as a runner. They have quarterback runs when they want to use them, and he's very effective at it. He's got really, really good receivers, starting with Mike Williams, and a guy that's got a whole bunch of receptions and over 1,000 yards receiving. And Gillum is a really good runner, so they had really good balance on offense. Their offensive line is good. Defensively, they're very talented up front. Make a lot of sacks, hard to score on. One of the top defensive teams in the country, and they're good on special teams. So this is a team that doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. So I think you got to be fundamental in your execution and not make mental errors that are going to give them opportunities, because they will take advantage of it, and that'll be really important for us in this game.
This is maybe a little technical question, but Jonathan Allen is described as having violent hands. What is it about him, the way he uses his hands, to make him such an effective player?
Well, I think any good defensive player has the ability to use his hands well. Jonathan can play with leverage, is very athletic, so he can strike. And when you use your hands, you can separate from the blocker. When you separate from the blocker, you can disengage whenever you want, and that's very important. Some guys disengage too soon, so they end up in the wrong gap. Some guys have a great instinct for it and a great feel for it, what Jonathan does, and he ends up in the right place a whole bunch of times, and that's why he makes a whole lot of plays. So, we really emphasize that, with our defensive linemen, all of them to use their hands well, and Jonathan does it as well as anybody.
Coach, both teams were very effective in the championship game last year on third down. How big is that, especially in this type of setting, to keep them off the field?
Well, I think it's always important. I think especially when you're playing against teams that want to play with tempo, when they convert third down, that allows them to extend drives. So the defense has to play these longer drives. When you get off the field on third down, you're usually shortening drives, which that's when they like to go fast, when they convert on third down. So I think it's always important, but I think in a game like this, against the style of offense that they play, it's critical to be able to get off the field on third down. Probably as important as anything.
I know it's been a couple of practices, but how have you seen the players respond to Steve Sarkisian since he's taken over?
Really well. It's been excellent. Very positive, very upbeat. Practice has been good, energy level's good, attitude's been really, really good.
Yeah, Coach, I was just going to follow up on that. Jalen has been pretty unflappable through everything. His two practices, your meetings with him this week, how have those gone?
Good. I think Jalen was a little frustrated with the way he played in the last game, and puts a lot of pressure on himself to prepare well, but I think it's our job as coaches to do a good job with him, to help him prepare so that he feels comfortable and confident in going out there and being able to feel like he's practiced the things that we're going to ask him to do in the game, and he's done it enough that he's very confident and feels good about it. And that's one of the things that we're going to work hard on this week, so that he goes into this game with a little better comfort zone.
Overall, when you look at the tape on the offense? What did you see that needed to be improved the most, and how does the shorter preparation time have you guys changed the way you?
Well, we had 25 negative plays in the last game, so what do you think I saw? Saw a lot of poor execution, a lot of poor fundamentals, didn't execute very well, wasn't very consistent, made some good plays. Both Scarborough played really, really well. You know, some other guys played well, but not with enough consistency and execution to eliminate a lot of the negative plays, which puts you behind in a down distance, which gives you way too many third and longs, which means you don't extend drives. And I think a lot of people were frustrated with, you know, the way things went. And I think, you know, they're working hard this week to try to get all those things corrected. Every guy's got to do their job, trust and believe in it, and doing it the right way with the right technique, and together as a group to give the play the best chance to work, whether it's a running play or a passing play. And I just think that, you know, we have to do a better job as coaches to get them ready to do that.
All right, so that's Nick Saban earlier. You heard him call Deshaun Watson a great quarterback. Coming up next, Sports Center on the road with the Clemson Tigers. This is how